Hello there, this is Victor Santana with StockHunters.com for August 28th, Sunday. So let's take a look at what has happened since the last Thursday and see what we could expect for Monday as far as swing trade ideas here. So we'll start by looking at the first general trend of the whole market. As you can see, the trend of the market is still down. We're below the 100-day moving average, the 50-day moving average. Since they cross below like this, in my mind, we are in the bear camp. Now we have the 8-day moving average here, which is kind of the short term, and we are above it. So the trend of the market could be up for the next few days here. So let's see if we could be on the right side of the track. Now, real quickly, we're going to go ahead and look at each of the individual indices here. So we're going to start with the Dow. As you can see with the Dow, we are above the 8-day moving average here, and which is a good thing. And the momentum down here on the RSI still has room to come up over here above this line here, the 70. Usually once we get into the 70s, we have to be careful and exit if it closes below the 8-day moving average. This is why I have that here. So once it closes below that, we exit and just wait for the next trade. So we have some more room to go on the upside, and the MACD is pointing upward with the green bars. And let's look at the SPY, S&P 500. Same story here. We're above the 8-day moving average, and the RSI is heading upward. We still have room, and the MACD could be crossing over the zero line, which could be more bullish for us. So we'll wait and see next couple of days to see if we enter in that area. As far as looking at any special formations, I'd like to say that we moved up and now trading sideways here. So we could possibly see more of an up move. But I've heard other people say that if we get a flat 3 days, we could fall down. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll let the market tell us. Now let's look at the NASDAQ, and you can see the NASDAQ also moving sideways as far as price action, but the bar is bigger. As I mentioned yesterday or last Thursday video, I noticed we have like a tweezer formation where the bottom is the same. We can go up, and sure enough, we went up. Good thing about this candle, it is larger than last trading session, which was Thursday, which is a better sign. And we have the RSI pointing upward. We haven't gotten over bought yet, and the momentum still pointing upward with the green bar, so it's good. Let's look at the small caps here. The Russell's 2000. We're above the 8-day moving average, is good. RSI is pointing up, and this is moving up also. Now, remember, on all of these, we are still in the bear camp, so don't expect to be going too high. Maybe we could, at the most, see about right up to here, this line, or best case scenarios up in this area here as this slopes down here. So that's the most I'm going to give this market. Me personally, if once I see this gets around in this area, whatever longs I have, I would consider getting out. But we'll play it by ear, day by day. Now let's look up the global. The global here it seems a little more weaker. It's kind of more below the trend line, but it did break above the 8-day moving average ever so slightly. So, but it does look a little weaker. RSI is still pointing, could have some room to move up, and the MACD is also pointing upward here. So we'll have to see what happens on this with the global markets. Now let's go over and switch over in our watch list that we have in play, and we are looking at Eldorado Gold, EGO, and I mentioned that if it breaks above this line here, then this is still the 8-day. Let me just fix this real quick here, and make it correctly here. There we go. Alright. If it breaks, this is now the 18, And if it broke above it, and it sure did here, it was pretty much, it was above it or right on it, depending how you want to look at it. So to be safe, here we are today, Friday. If it goes higher, then it would be considered a buy with your exit right down there. And we would estimate it is you're risking about 8.6%. So again, we have to be very careful. The good thing is the trend is pointing upward here. Momentum still continues, and the MACD, this bar, is above the zero line here, which is good. So if it continues on, it could be good here in this case. However, let's see if it breaks up here. Well, we'll have to play it by ear. So let's get the next one. Okay, Herbalife. And this one here, I mentioned that if it broke above this on this date right here, in which it did, and now it's trading sideways, so we're in the game with this one here, with our exit down here, which is an exit approximately, just to reconfirm, 9% loss here if it triggers us out. So we're still on the upper side, which is good here. Now let's look at Humana, and on this one here, recommended that if we broke above this candle high, get in. We did, and we're trading above it now, and with an exit up from the entry point here down to the exit, about 4.6%. Jazz Pharmaceutical, this one here, we're still trading above our entry line here. This is where we entered on this day. It was a pretty flat day, and it traded down on Friday or Thursday, and then we're back up on Friday. And here's our exit right down here, which is approximately about 10.8%, almost 11%. So, you know, higher risk, stronger reward. But also notice the trend line is still pointing upward. RSI is up. The MACD is going up also. And then let's look at Lululemon Athletics. And here we are looking for an entry above this candle here. Triggered us in here. Went down. On Friday we're back up here with an exit down in this area, which is approximately, I should write this down on the chart, 13.6. A little higher risk, but the trading action looks good. And again, look at the trend. Green line above the red line, which is still showing a strong trend here. If it even breaks above this 18-day moving average, that's even better. Okay, MasterCard. This one I kind of just threw in as an idea. We suggested getting in above on this breakout. It did, triggered in, and still trading here with an exit down here, which is approximately 7.3%. And let's go into Mind Finders, and this is based on the 18-day moving average strategy, which is this black line. It broke above, and we said that if it shows that it can close above this candle, we consider a buy. So tomorrow, if near the end of the closing, if this is above it, then it's maybe a good candidate to purchase here. And actually, you might even want to buy it right up at that level here. Let me just put that here. It's right up here, right there, with an exit of right down in here. So that would give us approximately 7% risk. Okay, from there to there. So it might be something worth getting into. So we'll keep an eye on that. RAH. This one here, I recommend getting in if it breaks above, and it sure did. Went all the way up and closed back down, but it's above our entry price here, and we're looking at a risk level of about 5.6%. Next one here, This is the silver ETF, and this one's based on the 18-day moving average. We broke above it, and it closed above it. So I might want to consider trying this right above the high of Friday, if I can get it right in there. A little bit more higher. There we go. We can break above that high. We'll put an exit right down here at the below, and we are risking approximately 6.3%. Okay, and the last one is Transatlantic Holding, and this is based on the RSI 2 strategy, meaning that once it dips way down here where it shows oversold, and we don't really pay too much attention to the MACD on this strategy, so we suggest entering once if it breaks above this level. It didn't, so now on Friday we're going to go ahead and put a buy just slightly above Friday's. Excuse me, when I said that it's Thursday. Now this is Friday, okay? So it's really pretty overbought, and could be making a higher high, and look, the trend line is still pointing upwards, so has a good possibility. Alrighty, so let's put that one in there as well and see what triggers it on. Well, that's about it for now. Until next time, take care and have a good trading.